Real quick, I've been planning a video for a while now that is going to deep dive into the drama associated with Danny's World, the drama that has made a lot of people quit. This is not that video. I just feel like making a statement on the matter since I've begun making content on the game again. I'm having some mental health issues that are interfering with that project's completion, so this video will serve as a long overdue update. Here's what I have in the works so far. I've read every public document, post, and watched every video associated with this drama. I've done a deep analysis on most things I've seen, with more to come. I do hold a pretty strong yet nuanced stance on the drama, which I will not fully reference in this video out of fear of getting things wrong on the parts I have not yet analyzed in depth. This is not because I am fence-sitting. Spoiler, one thing I can say is there's a lot of misinformation being spread about the situation on both sides, albeit one side more than the other. For the past 2 months, the common consensus has been that everyone should boycott Dandy's World. Several YouTubers have called for this boycott to either financially damage Qwelver or to force her hand. A lot of YouTubers have jumped ship to Dandy's World alternatives for one reason or another. I've tried a few of these alternatives and I can confidently say they are not for me. I stopped playing because I did not know what was going on. I began researching the topic at the request of my viewers. Let's just say it lasted way longer than I intended it to. 2 months go by and I've left my channel dormant. My momentum on this project has slowed down and I'm beginning to feel burnt out. However, I have completed enough to confidently say that it is okay to play Dandy's World. What I have realized is that people have been sold on this false dichotomy, put best by Punkshroom, a content creator that the main opposition to Qwelver, Joji, has elevated.
Dandy's World also has very loyal fans who don't actually care about the victims or anything at all. They just want to play their game without feeling any guilt. I'm gonna be 100% honest with y'all. If you play Dandy's World, you're supporting someone who allegedly lied to you and is unable to keep your community safe. If that's what you want to do, I can't stop you, but if you continue playing, you're telling the victims that their experiences don't matter.
There are a few things that are wrong with this narrative. While it's true people are indirectly financially supporting Qwelver by playing any of her games, this does not translate to them morally supporting her. In layman's terms, it's not that deep, bro. Punkshroom is forcing this moral dilemma with a false premise onto Dandy's World players. It demonizes those who choose to stay and leaves no room for nuance in their beliefs. You can support victims and play the game. The wrong point is being made. Here's another similar statement we can make if Punkshroom's philosophy is to be 100% followed. By playing Roblox, you are supporting a company that has repeatedly failed in terms of protecting the minors that play on their platform. By supporting Roblox, you are saying the experiences of these minors don't matter. Why is what I just said incorrect? Again, it's not that deep. The point of a game at the end of the day is to have fun. Some are trying to politicize the act of people playing their favorite game. It should not be the duty of the players to moderate what happens on the developer's end. Players can make that choice, but it should never be something you morally burden on the player, at the threat of ostracization. Counterpoint to what Punkshroom said. Why has Roblox not stepped in? This is a huge controversy pertaining to one of the most popular games on their platform, allegedly involving the neglect of the safety of minors. I do not support Qwelver, but as it stands, I can no longer support the boycott of Dandy's World. It may have good intentions, but it comes at the cost of demonizing the players that just want to play their favorite game. My content was never supposed to be Dandy's World focused, but I am in a position where I could be called a Dandy's World YouTuber. This does not mean I will play indefinitely. I will jump ship whenever I get bored. I'm just selfish like that. There are a few videos that I strongly recommend you watch that give a more formal approach to this perspective. I'm King Louie, for example, made the best response to the situation that I've seen. He formulates his reasons for continuing to play Dandy's World in a very elegant way. He mentions that when he came back to Dandy's World, he was shocked that people were just glad to see him in the game again. As a Dandy's World creator myself, I expected blowback for playing the game again. That is not what happened. On my first livestream back, people were welcoming and it was business as usual. Not everyone is worried about what's happening on the developer's end. The game has been getting updates left and right. To the average player, this might have been the kick in the butt the game needed to avoid stagnation. Another video I recommend with a similar perspective is one released by MicroGuardian. It is the best video I've seen that explains what could be happening on Qwelver's side of the controversy right now. The main point being that her hands are tied by her legal team. She cannot make an in-depth response even if she wanted to. To the people who read Qwelver's responses, notice how neither of her public statements regarding any of her controversies specifically name anyone? I decided to ask Claude about this because it's outside my area of expertise. Not to be an AI bro or anything, but I trust this specific analysis. Here are the reasons provided for why specificity is removed from apologies. If possible, I would like an attorney to review this to determine the accuracy. It basically boils down to legally protecting Qwelver, the job of a legal defense team. Whether or not her apologies are sincere, I would like to see more come out before I determine that. As for videos covering the situation, none of what I have seen has fully covered everything, and some are just straight up terrible. The best one so far is Punkshrooms, even with its flaws. Only this video though, because the others have a lot of bias that get in the way of Punkshrooms' argument, is the most in-depth. What I have to say about it is that it's echoing most of what Xreal stated in the documents she released about former co-owner of Danny's World, and eventually Qwelver herself. The most glaring errors are the false dichotomy Punkshroom made and repeating the flaws in Xreal's document. I will get into these once I pull myself out of my mental rut and finish that analysis video. I have a lot to say on the matter. Of course, I would encourage people to do their own research because there's a lot that Punkshroom didn't cover, but statistics show not many people have been doing that kind of in-depth research. Coming from someone who's been doing this for 2 months, I can totally understand why you wouldn't. It is a pain in the ass. That is all I have to say for now. There's a lot more coming that I haven't already mentioned.